Hi, and welcome to Political Tarot Readings here on my channel, Tarot with Ruby. Everything should be, I think everything is fine as it is right now with the setup. I feel like the filter on my camera is just a little bit too much, so I'm gonna tone down like just a little bit. I feel like it's a little bad. That might be better, I think. We'll just deal with it. Okay. So I am already a little bit heated going into this. Right before I went live, I was walking my dog, and if you don't know, I live in the Netherlands. And as soon as I walked outside, I was like, "What is all this noise?" And right at the end of the street where I always walk my dog, there was a lot of noise and a lot of loud music and a lot of bright lights. And as I was walking towards it, turns out it was sort of like a drive-by Christmas parade, sort of like very simple, very, yeah. And there were a lot of kids watching because it was kind of made for kids with Christmas music and all that sort of stuff. And then one of the participants, I guess, in the parade was on his, I think you call it just a tractor in English, I think so. Ooh, what is going on with my stream quality? Ooh, oh no. I hope everything is going all right with the stream. Anyway, and the lights on the tractor and the thing that he was driving with him, that the light colors were in the Dutch flag but upside down, which is sort of a political statement at the moment, where you side with the farmers who have to soon abide by regulations in order to basically like save the planet and help be better for the environment. But a lot of people are only looking at the fact that farmers are gonna have it a little bit tougher with all of the things that they have to implement for the regulations. And people are mad about that, and farmers are mad about that. And I think overall they have a right to be mad. But we're talking about the environment here, which is pretty important. And if there is anything that you have to be mad about, it's the fact that these regulations should have been in place a lot like years before, and the government should have helped the farmers implement those regulations so that they wouldn't have to lose profits or lose business. I think that's what they should be mad about, and not the fact that the regulations have to be put in place in general. But oh well, I was just a little bit mad that it was like a Christmas parade, and then you're gonna make a stupid ass political statement like that. So I was a little mad, especially because the parade is for children. So was just a little annoyed. I'm also very annoyed by the fact that, oh, I didn't turn on my alerts. Okay. But also the stream quality is supposedly really bad. I don't like this. Why is the stream quality bad? I don't get it. I don't get it. Let me see, how bad is it, the stream quality? I'm just tuning into my own stream right now so I can see if the quality really is that bad, and I have no idea what I can do about it. Honestly, because I only have Wi-Fi and I'm not doing anything on the internet besides streaming and checking, the quality of my own stream. So interesting. I'm annoyed by the ads that are put on my live stream right now. Okay. Let's see. It's not horrible. I think. Could be better. But oh well. I don't know what I can do right now. Settings, stream, output. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this? Okay. we're just gonna try this. Okay, and I'm gonna start with the first reading. So 5 minutes in, what has happened is Twitter is once again, or just still, a shit show. I'm just gonna grab my deck. I'm just gonna use my Centennial Edition. I had a really, really shitty ass week at work. Was really tough. I really had to deal with a lot of things. If you don't know, I am a 4th grade teacher, and working with kids is tough a lot of the times. And having to deal with everything that comes with it, it can also be really tough. So when I had a birthday yesterday evening, I had just a little bit too much to drink, and I've been feeling a little hungover all day. I've been drinking a lot of tea. I even have a tea with me right now. I don't get it. Like half a minute ago, I get the notification that the stream is good, and then a couple of seconds later, I get the notification again that it's not good. So the question is, what Twitter? Let me see. What was the question? Twitter banned journalists' accounts, and then later, I think earlier today, they got reinstated because I think the United Nations as well as the EU were kind of upset about Twitter. I think that within the EU, I would not be surprised if things don't change with Twitter. I wouldn't be surprised that EU is gonna put restrictions on Twitter as a platform. But that is sort of the question that I have. Like, what will the EU do about Twitter? What will the EU do about Twitter? Can I zoom this out more? No, I can't. I'm using my my DSLR as a webcam again because the quality it really is better. Okay, what will the EU do about Twitter? I have the Page of Swords, Curiosity, Ideas, the Star, Hope. I think that even though there are a lot of changes, I think they're gonna let Elon Musk, let me show you the cards actually. I think they're gonna let Elon Musk experiment just a little bit because I think they still have hope in the platform. I think that they, like I said, will let Elon Musk, let him experiment more with his ideas. I think they want to give him a little bit of room to sort of air out the errors that there are right now. I think they're going to let it go on for a little bit before they're going to put on any like sanctions or whatnot, because I think that they still have hope in the platform. That I do think. But what is the future of Twitter? Like, what is like this? I think that was the next question that I have. Yes, at 8:15. What is going to be the next Twitter scandal? What is going to be the next Twitter scandal? Let's see. I have oh no, the 6 of Wands. So something having to do with Elon's ego. It could just be that that his ego is so big, he thinks that he can just do anything. So I think the next scandal is definitely going to be rooted in his ego, but I think that is something that we've seen before. So we have the Hierophant, which is some sort of a leader, spiritual leader. This could indicate like some cultiness happening. This could indicate him, maybe his ego thinking that he can connect himself to someone who is a spiritual leader, to someone who is really big. Like, this gives me the energy of him comparing himself to Gandhi or something like that. Like something that many people would see as offensive, something like that. That is what I see happening here. So that is something, I think it has to do with statements that he's gonna make on his own Twitter. It could also be that his ego, the Hierophant could also indicate like churches, organizations, constitutions, governments. So is this like he feels like he is so big, his ego, his pride is so huge that he might, like, I don't know if he's also gonna ban like government institutions or whatever it is. So that's really interesting. I'm not really picking up exactly what's going on here or what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be something having to do with leaders, with either people who people look up to, so very well loved like leaders, or that he's gonna like compare himself to or make really shitty statements about, something like that, or who he's gonna deny access to the platform, something like that. But I feel like his ego is so big and he feels like he can't, like nobody can do anything to him. That is what he's thinking. That's what the next scandal is going to be based in. So that's fun. That's fun. That's all I'm gonna read on for Twitter for today, unless any of you get in putting your questions regarding Twitter. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, also feel free to put requests for next week in the comments down below. Oh my god, the next one. We are at 11 minutes in. 11 minutes in, and I didn't do a stream last week, so I have a couple of topics that are a bit older. But there was a power outage in, I'm pretty sure there still is a power outage in North Carolina. I think it's in a city called Moore or something like that, because there were people who weren't happy that there was going to be a drag show. And they like shut up like the whatever it is called. English is not my first language. So there would be a power outage, and they shot at it with guns. And now the whole town is without power, and it's gonna pretty much be really expensive and take a lot of time before the whole power outage is solved. So that's fun. I want to know what will be done about this. Like, I'm pretty sure they already know who did this. I have temperance. Sometimes I pull cards and I'm like, no, these are not the cards that I need to pull. So yeah, temperance. This is about, let me think, because this to me is about balance. We have the Five of Wands, conflict. And we have the Queen of Wands, either like a lady in power or just confidence. Like, why does this feel similar to what I read on with Elon Musk, where they feel like they are the people who did this? They thought that they were so confident in what they were doing because their hatred for, and I don't even always feel like, is drag inherently LGBT? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the people who did this will put drag on their LGBT. So I'm gonna say this with that in mind, that the LGBT hate is so deep that they feel so justified in what they did. They are so confident. They're like, yeah, we did this. I don't know how much regret there is, actually. I do feel like with the temperance card, the thoughts of the people who did this had been tampered with. So I don't know if they are like with a certain church or with a certain whatever, part of a certain group, that they were almost, I don't want to say brainwashed, because I don't want to, like, how do I want to say this? I don't want to discredit their hate, because their hate is apparently real enough to cause an entire power outage to prevent a drag show from happening. But it almost seems like their thoughts were tempered with, if that makes sense. That is the idea that I get, and that it was an us versus them. An us versus them was created, and that is why they did this, because the hate runs so deep when it comes to these groups of people. And again, I don't know all the details of the people who did this, and if they are part of a church or whatever. But yeah. But I also want to know, like, what will be done about this? What will be done about this? 9 of Cups. This is about comfort and luxury. I hope this means that their comfort and luxury is being taken away. Well, first of all, it is, because power outage, um, you know, and power and electricity kind of is a luxury. And well, I mean, is it a luxury, or is it like right now should be like just a right to have it? But like, yeah, there is a comfort level that is being taken away. So I feel like, because the people who did this very likely live in the area that is also impacted by the power outage, that the punishment of there being a power outage is already like a punishment. But I hope that this means that they're gonna be like their luxury and comfort is gonna be taken away, as in they're going to jail. I hope so, because isn't this literally an act of terrorism? I think it would be considered an act of terrorism. So I hope that is what that means. The public, I think that the public's opinion of these people is also going to be a really big punishment for these people. People are so mad that they caused this, that they caused this power outage, because it's huge and it's so much more than an inconvenience. I don't know the proper English words for it to describe like how bad this is. Yeah, but the public's opinion of these people is not good. The public is mad, and I would not be surprised if there was ever, or if there's ever going to be like a story where these people who did this are being like harassed or whatever by the people who are also affected by the power outage. So, okay, we are now 17 minutes in, and I have to say, I want to talk about the Meghan and Harry show, the Harry and Meghan show. I literally do not know what it's called. I haven't watched it. I don't even know if is it on Netflix. All I know is that it's a show that I'm pretty sure that Meghan and Harry are collaborating on. So I just want to know, before I even get into the show, because I think I would like to watch it, probably. I've heard other people watching it and saying that they are enjoying it. So I want to know what the energy of the show is and sort of how true it is. I did a reading similar to this like months ago, but I don't recall what that was what that was about exactly. But I want to know what the energy is of this show. Oh, I talked about The Crown. It was very similar. I wanted to know about The Crown season 5. I did a reading on that as well in my political live streams, which I probably want to call reading on headlines, because it's more than just politics that I read on. What is the energy of this show, and sort of how true is it? The Meghan and Harry show. I have the 8 of Cups, leaving something behind, that definitely leaving behind wealth, with the 10 of Cups, leaving behind wealth. So I definitely feel like it is a story. It is literally called like the Meghan and Harry Show, right? That's the name. I should probably Google that, but I'm pretty sure that is, before I, make a fool out of myself. Meghan and Harry Show documentary. Oh, it's called Harry and Meghan. Okay, yeah, I did look like a fool. It's from their perspective, and it's from their perspective. They're salty. They're salty about what happened. They are mad, and I do feel like it is rooted in reality. But obviously, if this truly is all about them, then there is a perspective that is missing from the documentary. And I do feel like, and I have a journalism degree, I feel like a documentary is a piece of journalism. And I feel like with journalism, you always have to show both of the sides. So I hope that they also interviewed people who are not necessarily opposite of Harry and Meghan, but if they are talking about how bad the royal family is, what they all did, and blah, 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 then I think it's also important that they have someone from the royal family within this documentary to sort of give another perspective. And I hope that that is not lacking. But based on just these two cards, I would say that it's probably is. It probably is lacking that perspective. But what else can I get about the energy of this show? The Wheel of Fortune, which is timing. I don't know if how right the timing is for this, because if this was put out months ago, either when they first left, that was a really big story. What was also a big story was when the Queen died. That would have been a good time maybe to put it out. Maybe it would have looked very unkind, but it would, like, timing wise maybe better. When King Charles was instated, I think there, or even when the new season of The Crown came out, when season 5, all about or largely about Diana. I'm currently watching it, so I feel like the timing is sort of weird here, and I don't know if it was intentional to release it on whenever it was the release. I don't know if there was something intentional with the timing that they released this, or if it was off. But there's something having to do with the timing here, and I feel like here we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Empress, and I feel like this represents Meghan and Harry. He is this, like, king of, like, I mean, not literally, but he's this leader, and he is seen as inspirational and being able to leave behind all of that comfort. And then you have Meghan, the Empress, which is mothering energy, doing all of this to protect herself and protect her children. I don't know if this was necessarily the best move that they could have made, but I see that they're doing this for their image. Meghan really wants people to know, or wants people to see, the mothering side of her. They want to see the caring, compassionate, kind side of her. And Harry wants the world to see that he's a good leader, that he is grounded, that he is like all of the earthy signs, right? I don't even know if he is an earth sign. But that is how he wants to portray himself to the world. So I definitely feel like it is rooted in truth and rooted in reality. But I don't know how much. Okay, I'm gonna grab my Morgan Greer tarot that I have here in a tin for my next question, because I just feel like it's fitting, okay? I feel like the Trump question calls for a deck with people, with men with mustaches. I know that Trump himself doesn't have a mustache, but he has the energy of a mustache man. Look at that. Look at that. I feel like that has Trump energy. I don't know. So then we are how many minutes in? We are 23. I like that. 23. What will Trump's consequences be for the January 6th Capitol riot? This is something that has been in the news a lot, just over the months since it happened. But also lately, because there's this, I think it's like a panel or something that has been instated to take a look at Trump's involvement in the Capitol riot on January 6th. Let me take a sip of tea. And this is live, so I cannot cut that out. But I need it, okay? My throat, and I'm still a little hungover, okay? I am surprised by how easily I'm reading the tarot right now, because I always say that you shouldn't read tarot if you're like hungover or not clear in the head. So I probably should have taken my own advice, but I already missed a live stream last week. I didn't want to miss another this week, also because next week is Christmas, so I have to rearrange my schedule a little bit. Okay, what will Trump's consequences for the January 6th Capitol riot be? What is this? Knight of Rods. Is he gonna leave the country before they can arrest him or indict him? This is the Nine of Wands. Gonna try and go all out. They're gonna try and go very far. We have the Hierophant and the Tower. Things are crumbling. His image as a leader is gonna be crumbling. Oh, look at that. His image as a leader is gonna be crumbling. That is part of it. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised to see him leave the country, especially near the end, like, because these are the cards that I pulled together. The Knight of Rods, which is the Knight of Wands, which to me is a card of travel, of adventure, of, I don't want to call it excitement in this case, but being pretty bold as well. So, and we also have the Nine of Wands, which to me is about like later on in this case, in the trial or in the research phase that they are in right now. So I feel like either he's gonna leave the country around the time that things are starting to finish up and that things are gonna get really heated for him. I think that he's either gonna leave the country under whatever excuse, right? He's not just gonna leave the country, flee. Well, that is what he is gonna do, but he's not gonna make it show that way. Or he's gonna be really, really bold because of like the ego. That's interesting. I think that is what he's gonna do. But what will the like legal consequences be? We have Four of Wands, stability. Hopefully stability being taken away. I have the Star card here, which is peace of mind. Does this mean that he's just gonna like be placed on house arrest or something like that? I think to keep the peace, and if they arrest him, there are gonna be so many people who are gonna be mad, and I almost feel like in order to keep the peace, they're gonna like put him on house arrest before they do anything, which is gonna be hard if he indeed leaves the country. Interesting. I think that what is gonna be in the way of like legal justice being served is the fact that they want to keep the peace. That's really fucked up. But I do feel that way. This card was sticking out of the deck. The Two of Swords, making a decision. They feel like neither option is good because either justice is going to be served, but then also if justice is going to be served and they're going to put his ass in jail, then there might be more riots. There might be more protests or whatever, violence, whatever that the right is going to do, and not just the right, what MAGA people, supporters, are going to do. They feel like they are literally at a crossroads where they are unsure of how to move forward. I feel like that is, I don't know if that is a point where they are at right now or if that is a point where they have been for a while now. But that is concerning. I do think that is concerning. Yeah. I barely ever read with the Morgan Greer because it's new to me, but I kind of enjoyed the reading that I did for that. So since we're still talking about, oh, okay, and I say that and I drop I drop so many cards. Oh no! Oh, what did I do? I'm gonna leave it there. I'm not gonna use it for the next reading then. That's unfortunate. Because we are gonna talk about the US again. I feel like we're talking a lot about the US in my political tarot readings, but I try to do something from other places in the world too. And I do have after this one 2 more questions that are not US centric. So we are now at the timestamp of 2930, and the Respect for Marriage Act has passed in the US, which is a really good thing. equality for, or like that is going to be codified, I think, in the law, gay marriage, as well as interracial marriage. And there were many people who still voted against that, which is concerning. But I want to know, with this current political landscape in the US, where there are people who would vote against a law like the Respect for Marriage Act, what can we expect from the current political landscape within, like, I don't know, the rest of the year and the very beginnings of next year? What can we expect? The magician. People are not going to sit still. I hope that this means that the people who wanted the Respect for Marriage Act to be codified, if that is the right terminology, where was I going with that? I just dropped all my cards again. It's a good day for me. But I feel like the people who are for the Respect for Marriage Act and are happy that it passed are like, okay, we got this win. Now we need to codify Roe v. Wade again, or whatever it's going to be named from now on. If it's going to be named the same, I don't know. I hope that this will inspire the right people to take action to make more good, positive, progressive changes in the US, because been going backwards with the Roe v. Wade overturning and all the horror stories that came after. So I hope this is only the beginning. But no doubt, this is also almost like inspiration or fuel for hate groups, people who are anti-LGBT, who are so anti-LGBT that they would vote against the Respect for Marriage Act, which also talks about interracial couples. So they will vote against interracial couples being able to marry because their hate for LGBT runs so deeply, which is, again, concerning, disturbing, all of the things. And this is also inspiration for them, that they have this deep, deep hatred for, I don't know, love existing and gay people existing and wanting to marry, and wanting to have the same rights as straight people. And those people with those hatreds, they are also inspired to take more action, probably. So it's everything that is so polarizing, it is going to be even more polarizing. And people, Three of Wands, people are not going to sit still. I don't know if they are currently in planning stages, which is concerning. I feel like that is the theme word of this live stream. It's concerning. And soon, I think people will be taking action. What else can we expect from the current political landscape in the US in the very, very near future? Let's see if I can get anything. No cards are really popping up. And I say that, and cards are flying out. It's not a good day for my cards. I have the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups is like delusions. And the Seven of Pentacles is having seeds planted and watching them grow, watching the progress. I definitely feel like right now they are in a planning stage to make bigger things happen soon. I don't know. Will they do something again on January 6th? I don't know. I don't know why I'm thinking that. But their delusions are so big, and everything that they do is based on their delusions. I'm not really getting anything more, and I frankly feel like not reading on this anymore. But yeah. Okay. New timestamp. 34, 45. Oh, wrong line 34, 45. Um, for this, I'm gonna once again grab another deck because we're talking about wildfires in Chile. Is that how you pronounce it? You say it completely different in Dutch, so I don't know what the English pronunciation is, but probably also wrong. What country do they, or what language do they speak in Chile? Oh, can you hear that? That is the Christmas parade that I was talking about in the beginning of the stream. It's so loud. They're literally in front of my window. That's so loud. I bet the tractor dude is there too, with his upside down Dutch flag. I'm gonna wait until they leave because I cannot do a reading hearing this. So I hope you can hear that and you can enjoy the music while I sip my tea. Yeah, that's dumb. Okay, they're not gone yet, but I am using my tarot of trees because there are wildfires in Chile right now, and I feel like we get stories about wildfires every season, wherever it is, and I am so done, and I want to know what needs to be done about not just the wildfires in Chile. Let's start with that, but wildfires in general in the entire world. But starting with in Chile, what needs to be done? Judgment. People need to truly reflect on what it is that we're doing with the planet. Judgment is, to me, a reflection, period. It's a need for evaluation, a need for reflection, a need to really, truly be honest with ourselves. What is this? The Eight of Pentacles. Look at that imagery. This is like the path that we have paved for ourselves. Hello, this is a card. Don't focus on my Christmas tree, focus on my card. What the hell? Come on. Oh wow, can you hear that? That's ridiculous. It's like the path that they have paved, that we have paved for ourselves, is what is happening right now. And it's almost as if Mother Nature is like, okay, I have given up. You continue to destroy nature. And that is gonna that is gonna lead us down a path that is gonna make for even more destruction for people. Yeah, this is literally reap what you sow energy. It's like almost as if this deck represents Mother Nature, which I sometimes feel like it does, and it's pissed, and it's showing in the cards. But what needs to be done? Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups. What needs to be done? Well, we need to be kinder to the planet. We need to sort of come together instead of cutting down forests and doing all these horrible things to the environment. We need to come together and learn how to literally live with the environment. We need to make our ways of living more sustainable so that we can live with nature instead of constantly fighting it and constantly industrializing everything. We need to come together and find ways to work with nature better. I have the Nine of Cups. We can also find comfort in having less. We can find comfort in doing good things for the environment. It doesn't have to be like on a personal level. And this is the thing that sucks, right? Because this is an issue, climate change and the environment being in danger right now, basically. I am sort of lacking the English terms for this, or just the terms in general. But this is such an issue that it's not just us. It's not just regular old people like you and I, but it's in corporations. It's huge companies, institutions that carry most of the weight when it comes to damaging the environment. So we can do all we want, and it's important, and we should do all we can and all we want to help save the environment, basically. Like me, well, I mean, plastic straws are already banned in at least the Netherlands. I don't know if it's banned in the entire EU, but we have been using metal straws for the longest time. We, what else do we do? I'm vegan, which is pretty significant, significantly better for the environment. Like all these little things is what we already do on a personal level and what we can do, but there's a limit on what we can do, and that is what makes this issue so incredibly frustrating. To see that these huge corporations are still doing all these horrible things, and I don't even know like a little bit about it, what exactly is going on, but I know it's not good, and that there needs to be more change, and that governments need to step in. And instead of making all these farmers pay, like here in the Netherlands, instead of making all these farmers pay for regulations that should have been implemented years ago, and them not really giving much help for these farmers to how to go about these regulations, instead of doing that, maybe they should, I don't know, sanction or regulate the larger companies. But as soon as you do that, then the company that is situated in that country will just move to another country, which is upsetting. Yeah. Okay, so the last topic that I have, we are now timestamp 4150. 4150. And there are protests in Peru after President Castillo was arrested. And there is if I understand correctly, and if anybody is from Peru or knows more about this, and I would love for you to correct me. But what I've read is that the President Castillo overall was very loved, but he was trying to change things so that he didn't have to get he didn't have to leave as president. So he was trying to make law changes so he could extend his term as president. And then he was arrested for like corruption or whatever. And there are some more background stories that he's being accused of corruption and all that sort of stuff. But people in Peru are mad. There are a lot of protests. People are very upset, and it's not just, I'm pretty sure it's not just this incident, but I think it's years of a politically unhealthy climate that has led to all of these protests. And I just want to know, what will we see happen next when it comes to Peru and all these and these protests? What is gonna happen? Oh no. Ten of Swords. Well, we're gonna see a very low point. We have a Queen of Swords, honesty, brutality, directness. I don't know if how the government is gonna respond to this. I feel like I wouldn't be surprised. Oh my god, the Tower. So the political climate has been unhealthy in Peru for a long time. And here with these cards, I feel like the way that the government is going to react is they're going to be so direct, and it's going to lead to a very low point. I'm pretty sure, are there already deaths recorded? I don't know. But it's a shit show. It's literally a shit show, and it's not slowing down soon. It's not going to slow down soon. But I think the government is going to try and be really cutthroat with their with their punishments. But the image of Peru is going to fall way down with the Tower card here. Oh my god, these are not cards that I wanted to pull for this. Like, I don't even know like what side I should be on because I don't know enough about this. The Four of Cups. I also almost cut out my own eye with this card. Four of Cups, boredom, as well as frustration. So this could be either the protests are not going to lead to anything, which is going to be frustrating, or the way that the government is going to react to these protesters. That is going to be really frustrating to see happen. But what I also think is going to happen is that people are going to forget that this is happening because worldwide, people don't care about Peru. And I say that as someone who cares about people and who thinks that people should care about Peru. But Peru is not a country where I think if this was happening in the US, you would see it on the news all the time, everywhere, worldwide. But because it's happening in Peru, people won't see it every day on the news. Because in a few days, people or news outlets won't send it out anymore. We saw this happen with Iran as well, where they were sort of in and out of the news, even though there were protests going on every day. And now that they are executing protesters, innocent people, now that they are executing them, now they are back on the news. And I don't even know if they're back on the news every day. But people's interest in it is dying down, which is upsetting. I feel like upsetting is another word that I keep using. I am getting really sad about this energy. I really am. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop reading on it, but I thought it was an important topic to bring up because I talk a lot about US as well as European politics. I talk a lot about Dutch politics because I am Dutch. But I think it's important as well to talk about these other countries because I want to read on headlines, and headlines aren't always about the US or about Europe or about the Netherlands. Yeah. So if there's ever a topic that you would like me to read on worldwide, absolutely, let me know. I feel like politics is so big, and when we think politics, or many people when they think politics, they think of the US politics, but there's more politics in the entire world than just the US politics. So okay, this was sad. I don't necessarily love it. But yeah, those were the political tarot readings for today. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more political tarot readings. And I do tarot chats, all that fun stuff here on the channel. Join the Discord server. The link is in the description box. I would love for you to join our community of like-minded tarot enthusiasts. So that has been a really fun space. Over the last week or 2 weeks, I've been so busy with work. Christmas is a really busy period in schools. So I haven't really been able to be in the Discord as much. I definitely read everything, but I don't always get to respond to everything. But if you tag me, I will definitely respond. So yes, thank you so much for being here, and I appreciate you being here, and hope you'll tune in next week. Bye, and I hope I don't have a hangover then.